My people on the buy now welcome to this channel where we give now go get update on waiting they happen for Biafran territory. I will make that year waiting Senator Abaribe they talk.
Really, instead of having an honest conversation about the problem of Nigeria, usually people bring in extraneous factors, and the extraneous factors now tend to dominate the conversation. The conversation here is simple. We are having an existential problem in Nigeria. And when you have this type of problem, statesmen come together to say, how do we resolve these issues? And all that we have said is, can we all come and even have a conversation on it? That was credited to Mr. President also came out. You could also see Nigerians come out and say, I am Igbo. In other words, we have transcended those artificial boundaries that they use before to demonize a particular group of people. And so we are happy that Nigerians are all coming together. Nigerians are all seeing that what is here is not the Igbo problem. That what is here is a criminal syndicate going around all parts of the country, and the government needs to unravel it. If a criminal burns a police station or kills her, and then you do nothing, and then you now go and arrest every villager that you see on the street, which is what is going on in the Southeast, you cannot be resolving the issue. What you're actually doing is that you're letting everybody know that it is us versus them, which is not a very good way of building unity in the country. So we, in our statement, now said, let the Inspector General of Police and the other security agencies conduct in-depth investigations, bring people, try them, not to just round up youths that you see, conduct extrajudicial killings, and then say that, oh, you have resolved the issue. You don't. For the root cause of what is leading to all this, we have consistently said it over the years, and that has always been that the root of everything is justice. If you do not give people justice, the impression will always be created in the minds of those from the Southeast that they are being seen as people from a different place. Let's just put it that way. Because I remember that when we started shouting about the incursion of the Herdsmên, the killer Herdsmên coming into Nigeria, and coming down south to Benue Plateau, and there's so much killings and all that, and we continue shouting this, what's going on? And we were always being given very different reasons for which we should accommodate foreigners, and we couldn't understand it. And I remember that on the floor of the Senate, we all condemned it, and condemned it not just by those from the Southeast, but everyone. And so at this moment, where things have gotten to this point, to now see that it's only one part of the country, the Southeast, that is going to be visited with the might of the federal government, makes all of us, well, say that we could find a better way and a better path. And the other thing that we also know is that the response that we're getting from the federal government does not seem to us to be a response that is calculated to douse tension and bring peace. When you threaten to visit on people depredations of a civil war, what type of message are you sending out? We expect Mr. President, as the father of the nation, to be able to embrace everybody. But you see, we have always seen this pattern. And this pattern is that it doesn't matter what happens elsewhere. Anytime anything happens in the Southeast, it is when the president comes out and with this and says, we will crush you, we will do this, or we will do that. And we think that that is not not a way to go.
I want you to also know that the awareness we are creating is massive. You know, we have a media presence like never before. We are every day on Spaces, every day on the YouTube, every day on Twitter, every day on the Facebook. We are everywhere.
Boss, you are Raphael. You are preaching to the converted. I'm already converted.
I'm just trying to update you on.
I know. I see you. I watch all your things.
Good.
If you didn't know, so yeah, I watch every. I don't have segregation.
Let me just buttress a point, sir. Can I buttress one point? Okay,
yes,
all the people that come, because I know that when you are speaking, some people come to distract you and they try to tell you, don't be on this side, be on this other side, but you are focused, because you know what you're doing, because some of those people are distractors and we don't even pay attention to them, because what we are doing is result oriented. That's the most important thing, because if there's no result in what you're doing, then you're wasting time. So now that the whole of Biafraland is seeing the result and the impact we're making, that's the reason why today, with our self-vote referendum we're voting right now, within 2 months, in less than 2 months, we have over 30 million. Our self-referendum voting. Over 30 million Biafrans have voted already, showing you that they are impressed with what the present government is doing. So those that will come and be distracting, this is not doing it well, this one, they make all those propaganda and all those blackmail. We don't care. The fact that Nigeria must be painted the color that they are, which is a very evil entity, a terrorist government. Their army is a terrorist army. They are going into the indigenous people's communities, killing them, maiming them. There's a community in the old Delta state, Ukwama community. They wipe out almost everybody. The remnant of them are now hiding in the bushes. Why? Because they want to come and steal their oil. They want to do the same thing in other parts of Biafraland, but our armies have resisted them and they cannot even penetrate. So that's the fact. I don't want to waste your time. You are doing a lot. There are so many people here. Let me allow you to continue. I am even streaming right now as we are doing. I'm streaming on all my channels. On my 2 YouTube channels, I'm streaming it. And on my on my Facebook channel, I'm streaming. So this gospel for Biafra freedom and for Africa freedom must continue, and we cannot relent. Thank you very much, Dr. Masanga, for giving me this time. God bless you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Raphael. Continue with whatever you are doing with the struggle. We are all the same, east or west. There are so many ways of going to heaven, isn't it?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Did you know that there are so many ways? How many of you here know that there are so many ways of entering the kingdom of God? So many. At least I am an Anglican. There is a Buddhist, there is Islam, there is Christianity, there is Catholic, there is Anglican, there is Pentecostal, there is Buddha, there is what is this called?
There is traditional, and there is the traditional worship, which I now believe in also.
And there are those who are pagans, even pagans, or traditionalists, pagans. There are several ways of entering the kingdom.
Dr. Musanga, I want to pass Biafra to enter my own heaven. So let Nigeria let me pass my Biafraland. Go heaven.
Yeah, you have spoken the most. Because you can now, for you can use. There are so many ways. Even the Fulani will arrive there, but the judgment will remain the same. Because you don't know where you are going. When you leave the planet Earth, do you know where you are going? No. Why is it that all of us look in the sky when we are praying? How